Hello everyone. Happy to be here tonight, getting all of my stuff in order. How are you all doing tonight? See some viewers popping on live, and hope everyone can hear me and that all of my audio and video is good. Hey Jody, super excited. I'm going to jump right in, everyone. Tonight, welcome. Tonight I'm going to show you two absolutely stunning cards using the Rainbows of Happiness bundle, and I'm going to give you all the details on my next class to go, which goes live today. Super excited about it. I've got two cards tonight, and the second card I'm going to show you is a super easy fun fold, and you don't want to miss it, so make sure you stick around for that. All right, welcome back to Make It Monday Live. I'm really excited to be here stamping with all of you. This is where stampers like you tune in to learn from me how to make the most of your crafting supplies and get lots of tips and tricks for making the most of all of your Stampin' Up! Goodies in the time that you have to craft. If you're anything like me, you don't have a lot of time to craft and you want to make the most of it. I'm your host, Rose Grunwald. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I live in New Holstein, Wisconsin, and that's where I am stamping with you tonight from my stamping studio here in New Holstein. And you can think of me like your creative coach. And I'm going to ask a favor of you tonight. If you will give me 5, that's right, just give me 5. You can type the number 5 in the comments, and I will get you my 5 project tutorial bundle for free. So you can get free instructions for 5 amazing projects. There are measurements, photos, instructions, supply lists, more, everything for 5 projects. Just type 5 in the comments, and I will connect with you after the live and get you access to my 5 project tutorial. All right, question of the day. We're talking Rainbow of Happiness bundle. Adorable little set here. Who has it? Who has this bundle? These rainbows are super, super trendy. So my guess is you are seeing them everywhere, just absolutely everywhere. And I want to know, what is your style with these rainbows? Are you loving the muted neutral colors? I've seen a lot of muted sands and vanillas and whites around, not just in the Stampin' Up! World, but all over. Or do you love the bright, happy, sunshiny colors of the rainbows? Let me know in the comments whether you are watching live or watching the replay. Just answer in the comments the question of the day. Do you have the Rainbow of Happiness bundle? And whether you have it or you've seen it around, what is your favorite, the muted neutral colors or the bright, shiny rainbows? Welcome to all of you watching live, speaking of live audience, here on Facebook and on YouTube. I go live every Monday at 7 p.m. Central, and I give away prizes. I'm going to do that later on after some of my projects are done. And you can get prizes for sharing the video and for engaging and commenting with me. So you get more prize drawing entries if you share. So share away, the more the merrier. I love to spread creativity among you and all your friends. I will do that prize later. All right, so I mentioned that, time for some announcements. I mentioned that the Rainbow of Happiness class to go goes live today. And let's see here. There we go. Making sure I'm on the right page. You get to make 8 cards with this class. 4 unique designs. You'll make 2 of each, and these cards are absolutely beautiful. Features the Rainbow of Happiness bundle, and it's paired with the Abstract Beauty paper. So let me just take a minute and show you that. This Abstract Beauty DSP is new, and it's in a new size, 4x6. I am loving, loving, loving all of the pretty, look at these. I need to go this way because I feel like I'm doing this backwards. All of the pretty designs in this paper. They coordinate super well together. You've got a really big variety. Oh, I love that one. And then it's got this kind of gold foil embossing on it. Absolutely gorgeous. I love this pattern. So in your class, a half a pack of this paper is included. And I have been using the heck out of it. I store it in a little stamp case just like this. And then you're also going to get a roll of the crinkled seam binding ribbon. Is it a roll or a half a roll? I can't remember. I have to double check. But this is pretty and goes with it. And you're going to get some brass butterflies as well. And I'll be using all of these on our project tonight. So let's get started. I'm going to move some of my stuff out of the way here so we can stamp. How about a little sneak peek at a couple cards in the class before we get started, huh? What do you think? Here's one. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh my gosh. And here is another one. So pretty. It's amazing. You're going to love the class. Okay. I'm going to move this out of the way. We're going to get started with our first card tonight. Okay, we're doing some layering on our first card. Now, this bundle is definitely a must-have. These rainbows are super, super trendy. And of course, when something's trendy, you know that everyone absolutely loves it. So, let's see. Our first card, we are going to get some layering tips. Okay, do you love layering? Are you intimidated by layering? Share it in the comments. Let me know. Are you a layering pro? Are you just beginning? Are you intimidated, or do you love it? Let me know in the comments. Okay, we've got a whole bunch of different layers here. Now, the cards I'm making tonight are all included in my VIP tutorials for my VIPs. So when you order my class to go, you get to join my VIP group. And also, if you order from my online store, it's a private, exclusive group on Facebook. And these cards have their own PDF tutorial that I will be sending out to just my VIPs. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of people love layering. Okay, we're going to do all sorts of layering tonight for our first card. Okay, I think we need to do some die cutting first. I've got my card base is Blushing Bride. And we're going to do some die cutting from our dies now. Okay, so here we go. We're going to use this fun little rainbow border. Okay, Angela's saying sometimes she has a hard time deciding. Not a pro, but I do enjoy it. Okay, great. I'm going to give you all lots and lots of tips tonight for that. Okay, so we've got our rainbow dies, and we're going to use our adorable rainbow here, and then we're going to use a couple clouds. You know, I'm getting all of this out because I'm going to try my best to die cut this all at once and save ourselves some time. Okay, Betty says she loves the look of layering but new to doing it. Okay, great, Betty. Stay tuned because I'm going to show you lots of tips. All right, can you guys move this on here? Can you see how I'm setting this up? All right, I've got my 2 scraps of basic white. And what I'm going to do is put my rainbow in one. And we have enough room for a couple of these clouds here. And then, let me make sure this will work. Yep, it will. Okay, this border die is going to go here, and it really doesn't matter. I'm just trying to save a little bit of space on my scrap. Okay. And we are going to run this through. Now I'm using my old magnetic platform from the Big Shot before this amazing Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine came out. So that's helping keep my dies in place. If you have one of those old magnetic platforms, it should work still in your new machine. But I will say you do have to go through, because it isn't one that came with the Big Shot. You do have to go through sometimes a couple of times to make sure that everything gets cut the way you need it to. So that's why I went through like 2 or 3 times. All right, so we've got these little rainbows cut out of the edge like that. And plenty of little schnibbles that we have to throw away. Okay, we've got our clouds. I'm going to turn on another light here. Hopefully we'll be able to see it all a little better. And then we've got our rainbow arcs. Now we're going to save this. We're going to need this, so don't throw that away. And then our arcs, I'm just going to set aside. Okay. Grab my rainbow. Don't know where it went. Here it is. Now the cool thing about layering is you can do all sorts of different looks and colors and textures and just all sorts of cool stuff. My gosh, so many of you watching. Hello. Okay, Polly has the rainbow bundle but hasn't used it yet. Well, I hope that you will be inspired tonight, Polly. Okay, I've got these rainbow borders here, and I'm just going to line them up and trim some of this off, so I have just a little bit of a border to use and save my scrap. All right, now we've got all our die cut pieces. I also, as I was preparing for class tonight, which, by the way, it's so nuts at work, I almost didn't have time to prepare anything. I'm glad I did, because this definitely saved time. Those seasonal labels dies from our Christmas catalog are still available and carrying over. And so I cut a label from a scrap of Blushing Bride, and then I ran it through our Painted Texture 3D embossing folder so that we have some texture on this label. So that is my first tip for you for layering, is that when you're using labels and dies, don't be afraid to run those images through an embossing folder and grab a little bit more texture and add some depth and dimension to that layer. All right. Now I have got a piece of this fun, foily, beautiful striping pattern. I'm actually looking for this thing. And what I'm going to do is glue these little rainbows right behind it. So I'm going to take my liquid glue here and just do a little strip along the bottom. Thanks, Robin. She says, nice technique. And Patricia says, good idea. Yeah, it just adds a little bit of extra, that's for sure. Okay, everyone, tell me in the comments, how was your Monday? Some people love Mondays. They think of them like new beginnings, and some people hate them. Tell me, how was your Monday? I'm dying to know. I had a hectic day. I think a lot of you some of you might know, those who watch me pretty regularly might know that I lead a team of about 9 people, and in this crazy job market out there are companies recruiting people like crazy, and they got to some of my team members, and a few of them took different roles, and I've lost like a third of my staff in this crazy employment market. And so it's very hectic on my team right now, trying to keep up with everything. And so I was so exhausted, I almost thought, can I make it tonight? But I did. I made it. All right, so here what we're left with is this fun die cut piece behind our gold and white stripes. All right. Okay, now we have this absolutely gorgeous pattern, and I don't know why I put my silicone craft sheet away. We're going to now glue this onto our DSP layer and get some coordinating patterns kind of going together for our card front layer. So this would be my next layering tip, is for you to use the coordinating DSP patterns to layer and get a totally different look on your card front. Just like so. Betty says, mine was expensive. I placed my first big Stampin' Up! Order. How excited are you going to be, Betty, when that arrives at your door? I absolutely love it when I place a big order and the box arrives. It's like Christmas. So much fun. All right, now my next layering tip is all about the ribbon. You know that I use ribbon in almost every card. I love pretty ribbons. And so what we're going to do is add some more kind of depth and dimension and a different texture with our ribbon. And so we've got a couple layers going on here. We're just going to wrap this ribbon around our card front, or our card layer. It is going to be our card front. Snip it off, and then I'm going to tie this in a bow. I'm going to go way over to the edge. Oh, I know, buddy, you're going to love it. It's really hard. So I work from home on Mondays and Fridays, and a lot of times an order, because of how I place it, seems to arrive like on a Thursday night or something, and I don't always have time to open it and put it away. And so on Friday, I'm sitting here and my box is like staring at me saying, come and play, but I can't because I'm working. I think some of you saw my post on Facebook where I said, this box is the loudest thing in my room when I am working from home, and it is so true. All right, so we just tied a little bow around our layer here. Super simple and cute. This crinkled seam binding ties really great bows, and it's nice and slippery. Not too slippery that the bow comes out, but slippery enough that you can pull and tug on the ends and get that bow the size that you want it. Okay, now we are going to, let me think about what I want to do next. Yep, now I'm going to stack this on my card front. Do you see how that blushing bride makes that pink just absolutely pop? You almost don't notice that this layer has pink until you pair it with the card base. Just, I love it. I love that pattern in there. Okay, so I'm going to pop this layer up on dimensionals. I'm doing that because I'm choosing to make a little bit of room for this ribbon. Pull these off. That is super cute paper. I might have to add, yeah, it is adorable paper. I wasn't sure about the new size. I thought, that's interesting. But I have to tell you, I really like it. Usually I'm cutting pieces down to 4 inches anyway, and then I'm left with all those 2-inch scraps, which it's not like I can't find anything to do with them, but if it's less expensive for me to buy this new size paper, which it is because you've got the gold foiling in there, then I'm here for it. Like, and I'm all about it. All right. Now, here is where we do some other fun layering. Remember, we have our arcs from our rainbow, and I told you we need to save this layer. Well, what we're going to do is use the negative from our die cut as a sort of a stencil for placement of our arcs. Now I'm trimming around it because I want to make sure that it is centered in my layer that I have here. And it's easier for me to see that it's centered when I cut around it. Okay, so here we go. This looks straight and centered. We're going to take our big arc, and I'm going to use liquid glue because these are kind of skinny pieces here. Just like so. Okay. I can smell cake. My husband has to make a cake for a guy at work, and I don't think he's ever baked a cake since I've known him. And so he made a cake for him tonight, and he said, should I make 2 of them right away while I'm at it? I'm like, yeah. The first time you ever bake a cake since I've known you, you better darn well make one for at home, too. You can't just make one for people at work and not for your wife. So I'm hoping that by the time I'm done, that cake is cooled and frosted, and I can have a piece to finish out this super hectic and stressful day that I am happy to be winding down by stamping with all of you. What do you think of this technique of using the negative to place our rainbow arcs? It makes it so easy to make sure we're getting all of the spacing just perfect. Angela says, I wasn't sure about this DSP, but seeing it makes me want it. Yeah. It is absolutely gorgeous. Polly likes this technique. Thank you, Polly. Makes it really easy to get these even. And you know, even if you don't get these even, these rainbows are kind of cute when they're just not perfect. Of course, I'm getting glue everywhere because I should have used something else to try and flip these over, but I didn't. Okay, there we go. And our last one. Okay. And then when we pull this back, There's our rainbow. Isn't that adorable? Now you can save this and use it anytime you have your arcs, but when you cut them, you're always going to have a negative that you can use. Okay, as I was trimming my layer for my inside piece, I ended up with this 1/2 inch wide strip. I end up with a lot of those. Wouldn't you say I end up with a lot of those? I keep them in this fun Alaska coffee mug that I need to hand wash. So you know I'm not drinking coffee out of that because I sure as heck am not hand washing that. But it's gorgeous, and my parents got it for me as a souvenir. So I store those little strips in that mug. Now, I am using the You Make Me Happy sentiment. And because we've got some black in here, coordinate my ink here. I'm going to coordinate it with the black. In our paper. So just using my Memento ink pad. Okay, here we go. You make me happy. Okay, sorry, I need to make sure this is centered. I know I'm off screen. There. And I am going to snip this end off. Now we're ready to put the rest of our card together. Okay, so we're going to slide this layer right here on the card front. And I'm getting low on dimensionals, so I'm going to have to use some edges. I can't even believe I'm doing this. I really do not like using edges of dimensionals. My type A personality doesn't want to show up for it. But I'll do it because it is super satisfying to throw away a totally clean sheet. Okay. And what we're going to do here is layer this on. Just like so. Okay, and we've got our sentiment here that says, You make me happy. I'm going to put this below my rainbow. And I'm going to pop that up on dimensionals, but you can see the edge of my tag here ends by the A in happy, so I'm only going to put dimensionals on the other side of that. So we'll go here and here. Robin says maybe you should try using the edges first. You know what? I have thought of that I need to just, what the problem is, what I'm not good at doing is recognizing when an edge would be a good size to use. And so then I'm kind of forced to use the edges, which annoys the heck out of me. But you're right, I should use them up first and save the best for last. That is a great idea. Oops. All right. So I'm popping these little clouds up too. All right. And I'll go kind of over here with this one. And now we've got an inside layer here. I think what I'm going to do is put this all the way to the bottom. So the strip that was left over from cutting my DSP, what I'm going to do is throw it on this inside basic white layer. And then I'm going to grab this sentiment that says a little something to brighten your day. And we're going to bring out that blushing bride right here. There we go. Oh, and how about a few of these hearts? It's like fun. Little hearts there. Little hearts there. Okay, now we're going to glue this on the inside. Soft touch with your seal. We don't need to be super hard. Judy has no problem using the edges. She hates to waste anything. You know, I really do hate to waste it too. I just like the really nice hexagons better. Okay. And doesn't that pink, the blushing bride here, just absolutely pop? And then we got that little gold shimmering. Okay, we need bling. We cannot end our card, finish our card without bling. So we're bringing in our brass butterflies. These, you're going to get some of these in your class to go. If you order my rainbows, class to go. We'll put one there. And I'll put one here. And then I think I'll put one here. Tuck it in there. Okay, our first card is done. What do you think? What do you think about these layers, huh? And the gold, just absolutely stunning. Little something to brighten your day on the inside. I really love the pattern, this pattern in this paper. All right, doing a little cleanup while we get ready for card number 2. Who is excited for my fun fold? Now, you know, if I do a fun fold, it's going to be easy. Because I like easy things. I don't have a lot of time all the time. So I want to get on with it. So we've got an easy fun fold, but it is going to be so much fun. I think you're going to love it. And it's going to be something unique to send to whoever it is that is lucky enough to get your card. Oh, hey, here is my design card. Isn't that fun? I didn't do the inside of that one, but... So there is another idea with our layers. And on this one, I didn't take all the little pieces out. So you've got another little textured layer in there. So anyway, which one do you like better? Gold foil or the flex? I think I like this one better. Okay. Let's get card number 2 underway. Grab my stuff for it. Okay, like I said, this one is easy too, so hopefully you are liking easy peasy cards. Okay, we've got a few layers here of our pretty DSP. And then we have got a card base. And this is a half sheet of cardstock, exactly the same as most of our standard card bases. We're going to do a little scoring. So move my cutting blade out of the way. Now, for those of you who might be in the market for a new trimmer, I highly recommend the Stampin' Up! Paper Trimmer. It has 2 blades on it, and the blades have a line here, like an indentation, so that you know how you can line it up in the center. And then the cutting blade has like an arrow for cutting, and then the scoring blade has a little dot. And actually, if you flip these over and you did a close-up, you could see the cutting blade has the sharp, and then the scoring blade has a little dot. And so we're going to score using our paper trimmer. So we need to score at 1 1/4 inches. And so on this paper trimmer, what I'm doing is on the right-hand side of the card are some, here, I'll show it this way, some small measurements. I'm going to line it up at 1 1/4. And score. And then I'm going to flip it over so that my scoring side that I just did is on the other end, although I don't need to flip it technically. Yeah, sorry, let me restate that. I'm scoring it at 1 1/4, and then I'm going to move it down and line this edge up with the 3 inches. And I'm going to score at 3 inches from the other end. And so now these are going to fold in to create our card front. So what you have is a normal card front is 4 1/4 inches. You've got 3 plus 1 1/4, so you've got 4 1/4 inches there. Hopefully that makes sense to you. Okay, now I always get asked what side when I fold is on the inside and what side's on the outside. You'll get a tighter crease if you put the valley side folded out, and the mountain side that's pushed up goes to the inside of your fold. And of course, always use a bone folder. Okay, so now we've got a card front that's going to open like this. Okay, I think that we should stamp our inside first. Now, here is the pretty designer series paper we're using. So I think I want to bring out like the magenta. We've got some Mango Melody, some Pool Party, it looks like, and then Night of Navy. So those are the colors that are going to inspire me, and I'm going to set it here for the arcs of my rainbow. And I'm going to only use 3 of them. We're going to start with the second largest one. And I got to try and get that lined up there. Okay, I'm going to grab my Magenta Madness because red's always on the outside. And so pink is the closest to red. I'm going to stamp off because that's awfully bright. And then stamp that on our card. Okay, and next is usually Roy G. Biv is usually like an orange of some sort. So I'm going to come in with my Mango Melody. Right here. Cute. And then it usually goes blue, indigo, violet. So I will bring in my pool party. For my smallest arc. Like this. Okay. Gotta close this before I drop it on something. My niece would love this rainbow. Okay, now I'm gonna grab my Night of Navy. And we have got a sentiment arc here that says, sending you a rainbow of happiness. And I'm going to stamp that over the top of my Mango Melody arc, just like that. Okay, now I've got this little strip that was left when I cut some of my layers off, and I'm just going to glue that on the bottom because the other pieces are going to go on the front, and that way I'm bringing the front of my card into the inside of my card. It's a pretty narrow strip, so I'm just going to use a little bit of my liquid glue. See, I do use other glues. You know I love my seal, but after this card, we have prizes. So tell me, what Stampin' Up! Colors are you wearing tonight? Is anyone wearing any of the colors that we have on the inside of our card with our rainbow arcs? Okay, and then I'm going to glue this layer. I've got an eyelash stuck on there. There we go. Oops, I should probably do one in the center, just in case. The Stampin' Up! Glues are definitely high quality. They're not going to fall. Oh, Angela's got Night of Navy. I've got some basic gray and a little bit of pool party. Basic gray from our first card, pool party from this card. Okay, so there's our rainbow for the inside. Okay, and now we are going to take some of our strips of Designer Series paper and we're going to glue them down to our outside layers. So we've got this first strip here. We'll go here. And then our next strip. Do you see how easy this is? Oh my gosh, so easy. And of course, these patterns make it all the more easier because the patterns of the DSP can be the spotlight. And they're so darn pretty. All right, now I've got a couple layers here of DSP and then a regular Blushing Bride. And I'm going to just grab my little, this will be faster, my little mini. Oh, Judy, you have all sorts of colors that match. Oops, my other plate here. Okay, I've got my little mini here. Who else absolutely loves this little mini stamp and cut and emboss machine? Oh my gosh, so fast and quick and easy. I like to take a little painter's tape, or if you've got Post-its laying around, that helps too. And I will just kind of secure this down so it doesn't go anywhere. Okay, and we're going to run that through. Minis on your wish list. Okay, Angela, it's awesome. I love it. So quick and easy. It's smaller than my purse. Okay, now I'm not going to throw those arcs away because we can definitely use them for another rainbow. So make sure you're saving your arcs. And let me give you a little tip for storing them too. When I cut out pieces, I will toss them in behind my die cuts. Here, just like this. And then I've already got some die cut pieces ready to go. Okay. So I need my silicone sheet again for glue. All right, what we're going to do is glue this pretty Blushing Bride rainbow over our painted looking DSP. I'm going to use liquid glue. Now you could use dimensionals if you want. I thought that glued on direct it looked great too. So that's what we're going to use. Okay. And I have this little piece of DSP left over from trimming these pieces. And we are going to stamp our sentiment right on there. Let's see. Where did it go? Here it goes. I've got the sentiment that says, you make this world a better place. And we're going to stamp that in Night of Navy. Right in the center like that. Okay. So first thing we're going to do is glue this down. And we're just going to glue this up here. Okay, and then we're going to put our rainbow here down below, and I'm going to leave about, I don't know, a third of it without dimensionals, and then I'm going to put dimensionals on the other 2/3. So put dimensionals here. And here. And then for good measure, we'll do another strip in the center. Okay. We're going to glue that down. Now, if after doing all this gluing and stuff, this wants to come up, that's okay. Just burnish that edge again to help it stay closed. No big deal. There you go. We got to dress this up a little bit. So I'm going to take a strip of this crinkled seam binding, And I am going to just tie a bow. Okay, and then we're going to trim our ends. All right, I'm going to grab a little blue dot here. Stick it on our bow. Yes, Mary Ellen, this would make a great shaker card. Those dies like that. You are totally right. And we're going to put that bow here on our rainbow. Trim that end a little bit shorter. Okay, and let's not forget about our brass butterflies. Put one here. Doesn't the brass butterflies really bring out the gold in that paper? I just love it. Put one down here. Okay. There is card number 2, all finished. And you're going to open it up like this, and they're going to have a rainbow of happiness. Isn't that pretty? Just love it. My design card looked exactly the same, only I used different colors on the rainbow. So here's our 2 cards from tonight. Which one is your favorite? As I clean up, let me know what one is your favorite. And then we're going to do prizes. What one is your favorite? Oh, Angela loves the brass butterflies. I do too. They make every card pop, every single one. There hasn't been a card I haven't used them on where it doesn't add so much to it. I was happy that that's what we're including in our class to go because it made designing so easy with those brass butterflies. I'm seeing a lot of people saying they're loving both. Awesome. Okay, well, if you want to get more of the rainbows of happiness, make sure that you check out my class to go. You can find it at this website up here, www.rosegrunwald.com. Across the top is a menu, and you'll see classes to go. When you click on that, the Rainbow of Happiness one should be the first one you see. Otherwise, just click on classes to go, and you'll see all the classes I have to offer, and you can check it out there. Time for prizes. Okay, my prize tonight is this adorable counting sheep set. Now, this has never been used. It's not been mounted. It was from our last celebration. If you win this prize and you already have it, all I ask is that you pay it forward and send it to someone who would enjoy the prize. Now, when I announce the winner, you can claim your prize on my website, www.rosegrunwald.com. Across the top is a menu, and one of the options is prize claim form. All right, and you'll fill that out, and then I will get this in the mail to you. So our winner, drum roll, is Sheila Couples. Sheila Couples is our winner of our counting sheet set tonight. Sheila was watching last week and she won my drawing for the counting sheet set. Congratulations, Sheila. All right, everyone, that's all the time that we have tonight. Thank you so much for joining me for my Make It Monday Live. Remember, I'm live every Monday at 7 p.m. Central. And don't forget, if you joined us late, you can give me 5. Just type 5 in the comments, and you can snag my free 5 project tutorial. I will get you the details for how you can claim that. I hope that you will join me next week, and I hope you have a great rest of your evening. All right, see you later, everyone. Bye.